No football to get in the way tonight. Rain at Wimbledon. It's like 30 degrees here. Rain in Wimbledon. I'll just wait another minute or so. We've been making some money with the advice I've been giving this week. It's not been too bad. Okay, I may as well kick off now. I'll start going through quick look through the results of today. There's still quite a few matches carried over for tomorrow, which isn't ideal. Trying to think of the ones I mentioned on the stream last night. Raonic, easy. I thought Monfils was going to cock that one up against Lorenzi. I lost that first set but came back. Medvedev, I thought would have a few more problems. Query, comfortable. Albert Bet beat Bedene, the ex-Brit. 5 sets, tough one. Thought Jarry would win that one. I expected a close match with McDonald. It's 11-9 in the fifth. Quite a few fifth sets today. Manarino comfortable. Struff actually had a medical timeout. I don't know what it was for. Both those two serving well. Thought Karlovic would take it. Another 5-setter. Federer, not a surprise, still hasn't lost a set, including the whole tournament last year. Cilic should be easy to finish that off tomorrow. Wawrinka, it's not unusual when you're playing best of 5 that if a player is, I've just read that wrong. I thought he was 2 sets up, but I'll finish the point anyway. If a player is 2 sets up and in control, they then relax and they will lose the 3rd set before coming back to take the 4th. Sorry. I had to go out this evening, so I've missed that one. I thought having beaten Dimitrov, he would be comfortable against Fabiano. Shows what I know. Isner's having problems. Is that going to be another world record? 5th set with Bemelmans. Looks like Kohlschreiber's going 2 sets up there. Anderson, pretty much as expected, he's 2-1 up. And the old Greek guy, 2-1 up there. I've traded mainly, I haven't bothered too much with the men's so far this week. The first 2 days when I'm trying to do the full 64 matches for the trading advice email, it doesn't leave a lot of time to trade, so I've got to be very selective. Still done okay. You make more money once the number of games drops down, which was from today. Had a good day today. So Rodina, I think I said would take a set there. Didn't think she'd win it. That was an up and down match. Keys struggled a little bit. She wasn't impressive there. It looks fairly comfortable from the score, but she had some problems there. Vekic again got through, but certainly didn't have it all her own way. That was my best result of the day. Whitmire was pre-match underdog. I'm trying to think how the match went. Let's have a look. Seems like a long time ago. Yeah, that's right. She went down a break. Sort of shared breaks there. So that was a good entry. 3-1 down. That's when I entered. I think I left it as a free bet on Whitmire. I did. I think I was awake for the match. I did. I left as a free bet after the first set, and then greened up after Petkovic lost her first service game. So that was a nice start to the day. Who else do we have? Buzanescu, very comfortable. Venus looked pretty dodgy again in the opening set. I was debating whether to back her. She was round about, I think, 1.7, having lost the first set, which isn't a great price to be getting in. Risked a little bit, didn't put the full stake in, but obviously it was a good move because she lost just one more game. That cost me Pliskova and Azarenka. I thought Azarenka would be more competitive. Pliskova never been past the second round before. She has now. First serve was pretty good, pretty solid. Cost me a little bit on that one. This one I got out at the right time. This was the blog post match. Blinkova struggled in her first service game, so we got the lay on the blog. I put to lay at 1.4 and get out at 1.8. She wasn't broken in that game. She then broke serve, and before she'd held serve for 3-0, Bertens hit 1.8, so that was the trade. I'm glad I got out then because she was crap after that, and actually only won one more game. Safarova did well, although she made me sweat in that first set. Faced at least one set point, but got a break pretty early in. Let's just have a look again. Pretty early in the second set. Very tight in that opening set. First a set point, or was it just a break point? No, she did have set points. Oh, 2 drinks and my brain gives in. So that was a good result as well. Where are we? People making a lot of Makarova beating Wozniacki. When you think that she won the title last week, it's a pretty standard thing that when a player wins the title or reaches the final one week, the following week they're vulnerable. They've used up a lot of mental energy, physical energy, and she, I don't know, she got through the last round okay, but Makarova is just going for it this week. It seems to be working for her. She's confidence has come from nowhere. Still pretty close, 7-5 in the third. I don't see that as a huge shock, to be honest. I didn't particularly predict it to start with. I actually forget what my advice was for the match, but you got 3 sets out of it, so I'm pretty sure it was to back Wozniacki when she lost the first set, so the trade was fine. Brengel, I expected a little bit more from her there. 2 close sets with Georgie. Guegas, pretty much as expected, 3 sets. Serena, easy enough, no problems. Maria, okay, I was just, sometimes over here where you've got the eye, which I assume is for information, it will tell you if they've had a medical timeout. In this case, just saying that the match was interrupted by rain. Maria probably knackered, having not played more than a match in most weeks. She won the title last week. Was probably shattered, bless her. 2 more matches there, carried over to the next day. Not a huge deal when you've got past the first round. So quite a decent day overall. Personally, I say it was just Pliskova cost me, or Azarenka not beating her cost me. Hopefully you did okay on those. I have been through the matches for tomorrow. Let's just bring that up. Whoops. Click on the wrong one. Behave. There we go. Let's look at the women first. Okay. Well, they did this an hour ago. I'm thinking, what on earth am I writing? Okay, Conta, very good on grass. Not being her best this season, struggled a little bit. Their overall results in the last sort of 12 months and also this year are fairly even. Once you move on to the grass, Conta's are better. But I can see Cibulkova taking a set there. I'd expect Conta to win it, especially with the crowd behind her. I think that's a 3-setter. So at 139, I'd be laying about 1.3, to be honest. I don't want to leave it too long to get in because you might not get it. Lay at 1.3, get out 1.6, 1.65. Would be nice if Conta lost the first set. We can back her after that. I think that's worth a go. Now, why haven't I written anything for Vickery and Mertens? Let me just check that one. I seem to think that Vickery was going to have a chance in that, but I haven't written anything. There we go. Those of you who are using Tennis Insight, you may have noticed that some of the stats for the last round on the women were not completed. I've been pestering those guys over at Tennis Insight most of the day. They've now sorted that. We're very apologetic. Okay, let's have a look. Again, as I showed yesterday, the same pattern every time when you're doing the initial assessment of a match. Go to overview, just check the previous matches. 2-1 Mertens, all in 2017, all on hard courts. Hard court results are more significant towards a grass match than clay, but still a big difference between the two. See there, Mertens, stronger results, similar ROI. Mertens not great on grass, so she's not doing too bad this year. So compare those. She's still a little bit ahead. Not much in it, but the difference in the overall results, I think Mertens going to take that. Let's just have a look at the price. At 1.24, that's worth a lay, around about 1.2. Vickery in the last round, pretty comfortable there as a big underdog. Just lost the 3 games. Definitely worth a lay on Mertens. again. Okay, Flipkins there. Flipkins has won all their 3 previous matches. I think none of them were on grass. Her results on grass are better than Ostapenko. Ostapenko is a player who tends to lift a game for the big tournaments. Quick look on what they did in the last round. You look at so many matches, it's difficult to remember without checking back. Or it is for me. Oops. Okay, that's not overly impressive from Ostapenko. 2 tightish sets with Katie Dunn. Outside the top 200. Flipkins beat Watson. Served reasonably well. Broken 3 times. It's not disastrous. So definitely Flipkins as underdog there is a bit of value. You don't want to be laying at 1.84, obviously, but I would wait. Certainly, if Ostapenko breaks early, she's a lay, and if she wins the opening set, that's a lay as well. Very good chance of Flipkins taking that one. Now then, Kenin did well for us yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, can't have been yesterday. Yes, it can. I really shouldn't have a drink before I do this. She started a little bit too low at 155. Diatchenko beat Sharapova in the last round. And whilst the stats point to Kenin taking it, it's close enough that she's too low at 1.55. So we'll try a lay there about 1.4 and out at 1.8. And it's certainly worth backing Kenin if she loses the first set. Good chance of 3 sets in that one. Yeah, Townsend is value against Sasnovich. The results on all surfaces over the last 12 months and also in 2018 are better for Townsend. Grass results, not too much between them, but all in all, the prices should be a little bit closer. Sasnovich, I would be laying her certainly no higher than 1.5, and getting out around about evens. Get out at 2 on that one. Good chance of 3 sets there. Muguruza, I think, should be comfortable. If she has a little bit of an off day, if she's not absolutely on a game, then Van Uytvanck's been playing well. I don't know if Van Uytvanck would believe that she can beat Muguruza. But at 124, if we get sort of 1.5 fairly early, it's worth a lay there. Certainly won't be backing her at that price. I think Kontovit. Still not convinced by her. Her opponent in the last match wasn't brilliant. Brady's a different matter. The overall stats favour her, and actually the grass stats favour her this year. Kontovit was superb last year on grass. She hasn't found that form really, although did play reasonably well or better in the last round. But at 1.38, she has to be a lay, and I'd be looking for 1.25 to 1.3 and out at 1.6 to 1.7. I think Brady can take a set in that one. And just down the bottom there. Overall results favour Bencic on that one. but on grass, Risk just loves it. She's had a terrible season so far. As soon as we get on grass, she's winning all the matches. She's won something like 9 out of 11 this season on grass. So definitely favour her to win that. Wait for 2 before entering. And I would look to just reduce at least some of the liability if she goes a break-up. Benchich can be difficult to put away sometimes. She played reasonably well in the last round. But I've got to favour Risk to win that one. Quick flick over to the men's. A few low prices in the first couple of rounds on the men's. Match there, Beneteau and TFO. I haven't got a clue. I've looked at the stats and I can't separate them. I really don't. I'll be looking at the stats again when I'm doing the trading email. Normally, when I'm trying to separate them, as you've seen, I'll go through the basic look, checking. Oh, let's pull it up and look at the actual figures while I'm trying to explain why I can't separate them. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Come on. There you go. Now, I'm a fan of both these players, which doesn't always help. I don't think they've played before. They haven't played before. Not a huge difference in ranking, which I don't usually take too much notice of ranking, to be honest. Okay, overall results here. Pretty similar over the last 12 months. Slightly better for TFO. 22 and 13. Beneteau's played fewer matches. That's a slight edge towards the American player, but let's have a look at grass results. You see, Beneteau's got a higher win ratio, or win percentage, however you want to describe it, but has only played 5 matches. So he did okay last week. I mean, beat Berdych. That's, well, I think anybody could beat Berdych this season. But it's a good win. 3 sets. Pushed Manarino, who's pretty good on grass. And a straight sets win in the first round here. TFO's only won 62%, but he's played a lot more matches, so he's had to maintain a level over more matches. Velasco beaten in 4 sets. That's a good win. I predicted it, but it's still a good win. He was underdog on that one. Quarterfinal, Queen's Club. Beaten by an informed Jeremy Chardy in 2 tight sets. Only broken twice in that. Chardy played really well, saved all 9. So it's certainly no shame for him to lose that one. I don't know. So far as gut reaction is, TFO has the slight edge, but how to trade that other than backing serve, I'm struggling a little bit, and I won't be getting in there in play. Obviously, if Beneteau was to break in the first game, then it's an easy decision. You lay him. And I think I'll be laying the first set winner, because that's going to be 4 or 5 sets. It's got to be. So that's some useful information. I don't know. No idea. Let's see what else we've got. Kyrgios should win this one. But the price is a little bit crazy. He served extremely well in the last round. And when he's confident and when he's hitting the ball well on grass, he's a tough opponent. Make no mistake about that. When Haase is serving well, he's also tough. I think we're going to get at least a tie break in that one. And I think it's worth a lay either at 1.17 or take 1.15 and pray for tie breaks, because I think the only way that Kyrgios is going to lose a set is by a tie break. But at 1.17, that's got to be a lay. You know, the risk is pretty low there. Excuse me. Gulbis have been playing pretty well this season, which is unusual based on his last few seasons. Seems a bit more focused. Has been doing reasonably well on the grass, although he's been playing challenges. Zumher won Eastbourne last week. Chance of a little bit of fatigue, although once you get to slams, they're getting a day's rest in between matches, so it's not that big of a deal. I think it's, as I've written there, I think it's worth a lay. Gulbis is going to take a set. I can see him taking at least a set there. Would be nice if it's the first one. Let's try a lay at about 1.3 and get out when the price... I always more or less look as a guide when the price doubles, so 1.3 to 1.6, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my mind. A lot of things make sense in my mind that don't to anybody else, but that's another story. I can see why Del Potro is favourite there. And on any other surface, I wouldn't give Lopez any chance whatsoever. However, his game is perfect for grass. Big serve, he's a great volleyer, moves well, and I think if Del Potro's just a little bit off his game, Lopez could give him some problems there. Not sure he's going to beat him. Definitely take a set. I'd be amazed if Potro wins that in 3. So let's wait for 1.25 to 1.3. And again, pray for tie breaks. Tie breaks is probably his best chance of taking a set, but I think he'll do it. Okay, what else have we got? Schwartzman won his very first grass match this week. I think he'd lost the previous 7. I'm amazed that he's never won before, because he's pretty good on both clay and hard courts. So he's found his grass legs a little bit. However, I've got to favour Vesely on that one. His grass results, not difficult, but his grass results have been better than Schwartzman's and have been pretty strong. I think it's going to be a long match, 4 or probably 5 sets. Backing server is an option, but again, it would be fantastic if Schwartzman gets an early break, and it just makes the decision so much easier. You just lay him best of 5 sets, and I favour Vesely to win that one. Next match down, Bolelli. I'm doubting what I'm about to say, so I'm going to check it. I'm pretty sure he lost in the qualifying rounds. Sure he did. Yeah, lucky loser, and came back in the main draw to beat Cuevas in 3. Cuevas on any surface other than clay can be vulnerable. 2 close sets there, but he's got through in straight sets. Fognini, I would expect to win this one. Daniel is such a strange player. He appears to be weak. He's not got a great serve, but he gives players problems. He moves around the court pretty well. He just doesn't seem to have any weapons. There's something about his game that confuses people, at least in a set in a match. And the same was happening to Fognini there in the first set when he came through. So that suggests to me that the Italian isn't quite at the top of his game. So Bolelli, I expect to take at least a set in that one. Fognini starting at 163. If Fognini goes over 2, I'd be backing him. But if he breaks early, he's going to drop down to about 1.3, 1.35. That's a lay for me. He's going to be competitive, is Bolelli. I would say at least 4 sets. And again, another one that could easily go to 5. And that just leaves de Minaur and Herbert. I thought de Minaur had gone off the boil. But he came back, he served pretty well. In fact, they both served pretty well in the last round. Sets are going to be tight. We're going to get at least one tie break. Backing servers is an option, quite a good option. I favour de Minaur to win it. And again, if I can see him trading at above 2, I'll be taking that, because I think across 5 sets, or the best of 5 sets, he's going to take that. So that's the games for tomorrow. If you don't come into the Tradeshark Skype room, please do. It's been quite lively the last couple of days. Can be a little bit quiet during the smaller tournaments. And I'm even in there myself. Wow. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be back again tomorrow night at 9 to do the same again. Thanks for watching.